Hello again, this is John Bush, not in a war room, but in a classroom. Today we're going to talk about safeties, firing pins, and why it's safe to carry some guns with a round in the chamber and a hammer down. Yes, round in the chamber, hammer down. We're going to start with a Beretta. Now this little Beretta, called a 950, very interesting gun. This is an early one, and you'll notice there's no safety there. There never was a safety. This is pre-lawyer. Now, this gun has a tip-up barrel. A lot of you are familiar with this. Now, on the firing pin, those who take the pro course, this is probably going to be a little bit of a review. But what we have here is a firing pin, and you notice it's not sticking out. The hammer's down. So this is an inertia firing pin. It's actually shorter than the space it occupies in the slide. So we have the face, the breech face, the firing pin's not sticking out. Now, I'm going to cock the hammer, and you can see that because of the firing pin spring, it's sticking out. But because it's too short to cover this length, it's an inertia firing pin. It only works when it gets struck with the full impact of the hammer. Now, it's so quick when the hammer falls to push the firing pin out, I'm going to sacrifice my finger. So I'm going to put my finger against the breech face. Oop, the slide wasn't all the way forward. So I've got my finger against the breech face. I'm going to drop the hammer, and you might be able to see the indent in my finger. And yes, it's hurt. You don't need to do this all the time, because once you take the slide, push a straight edge against the back, move the firing pins so it's flush, and if it's not sticking out the front, it's the way the design is. It's an inertia firing pin. So an inertia firing pin, it's totally safe to carry it with a hammer down, because if you have a round in the chamber and you drop the gun muzzle first, the weight of the firing pin against its spring, it doesn't have enough inertia to fire it. It just doesn't. Now, why doesn't it have a safety? Well, if you can carry it with a hammer down and it's perfectly safe, when you need to shoot somebody, you're going to cock the hammer. It really isn't necessary to have a safety on a gun like this. And we're going to show you some more where, because of the lawyers, that same gun became the later 950, where they've added a safety because litigation, people have to have a safety. Now what we've got here is, I took the safety off so you can see what they've done. They've made a hole in the frame, and it interacts with the hammer and the sear so that the gun cocked won't fire. They did not change the inertia firing pin. It still is safe to carry, hammer down, round in the chamber. But you always want to check to make sure that manufacturing tolerances haven't messed up the whole design of the inertia firing pin. Now later, when they made the gun double action, it did away with the hammer spur totally. There's no hammer spur. Now they've eliminated the hammer spur because this gun is double action like a Beretta 21A. But they didn't change from an inertia firing pin. So what we've got is a similar situation to the other. Okay, we've got a breech face, firing pin's not sticking out. And I guess we can use the same finger. So I'm going to fire it double action. You can see the hammer comes back, hits the firing pin, and maybe there's a different dent. Okay, we can only do this so many more times. But other guns have different design so that you don't have the firing pin normally resting on the primer. So now we have a Hopkins and Allen target pistol. Now this has a hammer, as you can see. Now the firing pin is sticking out because it's attached to the hammer. The hammer's down. So you can't carry this gun with a round in a chamber because it's going to rest, and if you hit it, it's going to fire the primer. Now when you cock this gun, okay, you can see the firing pin's attached to the hammer. So a gun like this with no safety, perfectly safe to carry if you're going to shoot it right away. If you're not, don't load it. I mean, that's a simple way to go. Now on other guns, we have other things, like on Ruger and on this shotgun. So you can see the firing pin's not sticking out. You can see the recess for the firing pin. Now I'm going to cock the hammer. So here's your hammer. Here is the transfer bar. I'm kind of moving it. In front of the transfer bar is the firing pin. So the only time the hammer can hit the firing pin is when the transfer bar is up. Now, as I pull the trigger, it's going to come forward and, I wasn't quick enough. So now you can see the firing pin is sticking out, okay? Now I'm going to release the trigger, whoop, popped right back in. So these shotguns, or the rifle versions, you can carry them with a round in the chamber and the hammer down. And again, they don't have a safety because you really don't need it. So on a gun with a transfer bar, you're not going to shoot it until you're ready to shoot it. Then you're going to cock the hammer. It's still safe because you don't have your finger on the trigger. When you fire it, okay, firing pin is going to come out, strike the primer, and retract. So a gun like this, even without a safety, you can carry with a round in a chamber, always pointing in the safe direction. Now, similar design to this is what's called a rebounding hammer. Now here is a later model H&R, very similar to the shotgun we looked at before, but this is a later model. It has a rebounding hammer. Now you'll notice that the hammer is slightly back, and I can't push it forward. The reason it's back this slight distance is it's rebounded from the firing position, and I actually can't push it forward. Now I'm going to pull the trigger, and that moves the internal parts. It keeps it from going forward. It goes forward, but this is the natural fire position. Now I'm going to cock the hammer, bring it back, and I'm going to pull the trigger, and it's going to go forward fairly quickly. You may or may not be able to see the rebound, but you'll see it in its final position. Then we'll do it slowly. You can see I've released the trigger, the hammer's come full back to its rebound position, and it won't go forward again. Now I'm going to do it slowly, okay? Now I've got my finger on the trigger, I'm going to pull, and I'm going to go forward, and as the hammer comes forward, it goes past the rebound position, but you can see it has no spring action right here, even though I have the trigger pulled, because it's depending on this full amount of inertia to get it forward. It strikes, but it rebounds on its own. So a gun that has the rebounding hammer is safe to carry with a round in a chamber. That's why they designed it the way they did. You obviously want to check, especially on a used gun, if you can push the hammer forward. That's not good. It only should go forward when the trigger is pulled, but you can see there's no spring action here because it's past its point of spring power, and it has gone into the inertia mode, hits the firing pin. So, you know, all of these guns with a rebounding hammer, you can carry with a round in a chamber safely because it's not going to go off because this won't go forward. Some of you older guys may remember the old ad, hammer the hammer, because the design of the gun prevented the hammer from going forward unless the trigger was pulled. Now, on what we might call a fairly modern Smith, now this may not look modern, but it's what we call a rescue gun. This gun was frozen solid, had blood rust. You can see some of the pitting and everything else, but it still is a great gun to demonstrate a lot of things. And it just happens to have an unbelievably nice single action trigger pull. So we shoot it a lot. It's a fun gun to shoot. But I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to open the cylinder. Now you can see the breech space. Okay, the firing pin is not protruding. Now, this has a slightly different system than the so-called transfer bar that we had in other guns. Now I'm going to cock the hammer. Okay, now you can see the firing pin is actually on the hammer. So logically, it should go through the breech face and rest on a primer. But as you saw, it doesn't. Now I'm going to release, I'm going to pull the trigger, I'm going to bring the hammer forward, and I'm going to hold it so you can see the firing pin is sticking through. Now what happens when I release the trigger? The hammer drops back, the firing pin's retracted. Totally safe gun. Unlike an old single action Army, where most cowboys only carried 5 rounds because they wanted that hammer down on an empty chamber, because it's not safe to carry unless you're right in the middle of a gunfight and you want those extra rounds. You only load it with 5 rounds. Now, in addition to hammer fired, there are striker fired guns. Now what we've got here is a bolt out of a Browning 1919 machine gun. Now it's a striker fired gun, no hammer. So you can see sticking out the front is the striker. This is in the fired position. Now, obviously, with the firing pin sticking out, you can't feed around, so it has to be cocked. Once it's cocked, firing pin goes back. But what have we got? We got two positions, either fired or cocked. There's no middle ground on a gun like this. So on striker-fired pistols, it isn't necessarily safe to carry them with a round in the chamber. There are many late design guns like the Glock and a lot of the other guns that are like that have a striker, but it isn't actually fully cocked. It's only retracted slightly, so they are safe to carry with a round in the chamber. So before you decide how you're going to carry a gun, you need to find out what kind of a firing pin it is, what kind of safety setup is inside, like on the Glock, so you can find out what is safe to carry, because safety is where it is at for all of us. Guns are dangerous. They do what they're designed to do, and that's what you have to, carry that burden. If you're going to carry a gun, use a gun, you want to use it safely, you want to understand what it does and what it won't do. That safety is only a backup. You are the best safety you can have on a gun. We'll see you next time.